Assalamualaikum. Welcome to News at 10 on BTV and BTV World. I am Roya Zabin. You have just heard the headlines. Now news in details.
যতদিন পর্যন্ত বাংলা থাকবে, বাংলার আকাশ থাকবে, বাংলার মাটি থাকবে, বাংলার মাতৃভাষা তোমার পাশে থাকবে, ততদিন পর্যন্ত আমার 21 শহীদের কথা কেউ ভুলতে পারবো না। কারণ ভাষার জন্য জীবন দিয়েছে, এই ইতিহাস খুঁজে পাওয়া যায় না আমার বাংলার মাটিতে ছাড়া।
Government, semi-government, autonomous and semi-autonomous institutions will run from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. after Eid al-Azha vacation. The decision was taken in cabinet meeting held with Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina in the chair at Prime Minister's office today. On November 15 in 2022, the office schedule was made from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. to save power and energy. Earlier, during usual time schedule of the government offices was from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Now the government offices will return to previous schedule. Besides, the cabinet approved drafts of Bangladesh Forest Industries Development Corporation Act and National Biosafety Policy 2024. The cabinet has approved two separate proposals to ratify agreements with the Netherlands and Mauritius on the avoidance of double taxation and prevention of fiscal evasion. Besides, the cabinet also approved the draft of agreement between the government of Mongolia and the government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh on mutual exemption of visa requirements. Later, Cabinet Secretary Mohammad Mahbub Hussain briefed the reporters at the Secretariat to inform about the decisions taken in the meeting. The Cabinet Secretary said the government office time will be from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. between Sunday and Thursday, but there will be a 30-minute break from 1 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. for prayers and lunch. Friday and Saturday will be weekend holidays, he said. Comptroller and Auditor General CAG Mohammad Nurul Islam submitted 49 audit and account reports to President Mohammad Shahabuddin at Bongo Bhavan this noon. President's Press Secretary Mohammad Jainal Abidin said that during the meeting, the Comptroller and Auditor General apprised the President of various aspects of the reports. President Mohammad Shahabuddin said that government expenditure is gradually increasing due to increasing volume of the budget and the annual development program every year. Highlighting the importance of audit to maintain disciplines in the financial sector, he stressed on taking necessary steps to ensure that public money is spent properly. The President asked to be more active in resolving audit objections. President's Office Secretary Mohammad Wahidul Islam Khan and Military Secretary Major General Mohammad Adil Chaudhry were present. Awami League General Secretary and Road Transport and Bridges Minister Obaidul Qadir said the assessment of BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir about ultra-communal and anti-liberation Jamaat is illogical and of double standards. In a statement sent to the mass media today, he said narratives of Mirza Fakhrul proves that BNP has deep-rooted ties with the communal evil forces, including the Jamaat. Obaidul Qadir said a patriot can never recognize a political party like Jamaat, which is against the spirit of Bangladesh and the Liberation War. He also said that military dictator Ziaur Rahman permitted the anti-independence ultra-communal forces to do politics. BNP has a historic relationship with these anti-liberation evil forces. Leaders of BNP, including Mirza Fakhrul, always patronize these forces, he added. Obaidul Qadir said the Awami League never recognized any political party which is against the ideologies of the Liberation War, and it will never recognize such political parties in the days to come. Foreign Minister and Awami League Joint General Secretary Dr. Hassan Mahmood said world leaders, including UN Secretary General, are praising Bangladeshi peacekeepers. Deutsche Welle's negative report on the peacekeepers is meaningless and against Bangladesh, he added. The minister said these while addressing a press briefing at the Foreign Affairs Ministry today following his official visit to Antigua to participate in international conference on small island developing states and his meetings with world leaders, including UN Secretary General at the United Nations headquarters in New York. The foreign minister said he discussed and urged the United Nations and others to solve the Rohingya crisis. At the same time, he also urged all not to forget the Rohingya issue amid other issues like Russia-Ukraine war and Gaza conflict.
আমাদের শান্তিরক্ষী বাহিনী অত্যন্ত দক্ষতার সাথে, পেশাগত যোগ্যতার সাথে, অত্যন্ত সুনামের সাথে বিভিন্ন মিশনে কাজ করছে এবং জাতিসংঘের মহাসচিবও সেটির ভূয়সী প্রশংসা করেছেন। সবাই বাংলাদেশের অত্যন্ত ভূয়সী প্রশংসা করেছেন। দেশ যেখানে বিশ্বময় প্রশংসিত, জাতিসংঘের মহাসচিব যেখানে প্রশংসা করে, সেখানে ডয়চে ভেলের এই প্রতিবেদনের কোনো মূল্য নাই। এগুলো দেশ বিরোধী অন্তঃশাসন্য কিছু প্রতিবেদন। রোহিঙ্গা সমস্যাটি সবিস্তারে তুলে ধরতে সক্ষম হয়েছে এবং ওআইসির যারা জাতিসংঘের স্থায়ী প্রতিনিধি তাদের অনেকেই সেখানে উপস্থিত ছিলেন। রাশিয়া ইউক্রেন যুদ্ধ, গাজায় নির্বিচারে মানুষ হত্যা, এই সমস্ত কারণে রোহিঙ্গা সমস্যাটি অনেকটা ইন্টারন্যাশনাল স্পটলাইট থেকে সরে গেছিল। যাতে এটি ইন্টারন্যাশনাল লাইট থেকে না সরে, সেজন্যই এই ব্রিফিং এর আয়োজন করা হয়েছে।
Replying to a query from journalists over the killing of Ziaur Rahman, the foreign minister said Ziaur Rahman killed democracy and his people killed him.
জিয়াউর রহমান এই দেশে গণতন্ত্র হত্যা করেছে। বঙ্গবন্ধুর হত্যাকাণ্ডের পিছনে জিয়াউর রহমান ওতপ্রোতভাবে যুক্ত ছিল এবং সেই কারণেই খন্দকার মোশতাক ক্ষমতা গ্রহণের পর জিয়াউর রহমানকে সেনাবাহিনী প্রধান নিয়োগ করেছিল। সেনাবাহিনী প্রধান থাকা অবস্থায় তিনি দল গঠন করেছেন। এটি কোনো গণতান্ত্রিক রীতিনীতি নয়। জিয়াউর রহমানই প্রকৃতপক্ষে গণতন্ত্রকে হত্যা করেছে, আর জিয়াউর রহমানকে হত্যা করেছে তার নিজের লোকরাই। আমার প্রশ্ন, জিয়াউর রহমানের হত্যাকাণ্ডের পর বেগম খালেদা জিয়া 10 বছর প্রধানমন্ত্রী ছিলেন, তারা কেন জিয়া হত্যার বিচার করলো না? তাহলে নিশ্চয়ই কেঁচো সাপ বেরোবে বলেই তারা হয়তো জিয়া হত্যার বিচার করে নাই। প্রকৃতপক্ষে জিয়াউর রহমানই হচ্ছে গণতন্ত্র হত্যাকারী।
Russian ambassador to Bangladesh, Alexander Mantitsky, paid a courtesy call on Foreign Minister Dr. Hassan Mahmud today. During the call on, the ambassador handed over a letter from the Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov to Dr. Hassan Mahmud, inviting him to participate in BRICS Ministerial Summit, which will be held at Russian capital Moscow from June 10 to 12. Foreign Minister Dr. Hassan Mahmud thanked Minister Lavrov for sending him the invitation letter and remembered the Russian support to Bangladesh during the Liberation War with gratitude. They also discussed various bilateral issues, including recognizing educational documents between the two countries and exporting manpower in Russia. The Russian ambassador talked about the possibilities of recruiting more trained employees from Bangladesh. Ahead of the holy Eid al-Azha, the government has fixed the prices of the salt-applied raw hides of cows at 55 to 60 taka per square foot in Dhaka and 50 to 55 taka per square foot across the country. President of Bangladesh Finished Leather Goods and Footwear Exporters Association, Mahin Ahmed, announced the new rates of raw hides of the sacrificial animals at a press conference after a meeting at the Secretariat. State Minister for Commerce Ahsanul Islam Titu was present at the meeting. The budget for the 2024-25 fiscal year will be placed in the Jatiyo সংসদ on June 6. The size of this year's budget may be nearly taka 8 lakh crore. This year, importance was given on inflation control, boosting social safety net, foreign currency reserve and export. Economies in different countries are limping due to global situation, including Russia-Ukraine war and brutal Israeli attacks in Gaza. Following the reality, the upcoming budget will put emphasis on inflation control to a large extent. The number of beneficiaries for allowances of the elderly will be increased by 2 lakh. Welcome back to News at 10, and we move on to international news. 4 people were killed in an Israeli air attack on the Nusayrat refugee camp, and 6 women and children were reported killed in an attack on the nearby Burej refugee camp in central Gaza. Overnight attacks on residential homes in Khan Yunis killed an additional 12 people, including 3 children. Meanwhile, Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant has said they will not accept the rule of Hamas in Gaza at any stage. Yoav Gallant is one of the 2 Israeli leaders facing an arrest warrant from the International Criminal Court alongside 3 Hamas leaders. A senior White House official has said the U.S. has every expectation Israel will accept a ceasefire proposal that would begin with a 6-week cessation of hostilities in Gaza if Hamas takes the deal. Hamas spokesperson Osama Hamdan has welcomed a ceasefire proposal put forward by U.S. President Biden as positive, but on Sunday said that the group is yet to receive any written documents. Rescuers find 50 more bodies in the Jabalia refugee camp days after Israeli forces ended a 3-week operation in the area. At least 36,439 Palestinians have been killed and 82,627 wounded in Israel's war on Gaza since October 7. Claudia Sheinbaum has been elected as Mexico's first woman president in an historic landslide win. Mexico's official electoral authority said preliminary results showed that the 61-year-old former mayor of Mexico City winning between 58% and 60% of the vote in Sunday's election. That gives her a lead of about 30 percentage points over businesswoman Xochitl Galvez. Ms. Sheinbaum will replace her mentor, outgoing President Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador, on 1st October. Ms. Sheinbaum, a former energy scientist, has promised continuity, saying that she will continue to build on the advances made by Mr. Lopez Obrador. Her main rival, Xochitl Galvez, has conceded victory. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov arrived in Guinea today on his first leg of a tour to 3 African countries aimed at boosting support for Moscow. He was received by Ghanaian counterpart Morisanda Kouate. Guinea's foreign ministry said Lavrov is due to meet Guinea's junta leader Mamadi Doumbouya in power since a 2021 coup. Russian state media reported Lavrov is expected to continue his tour in Chad on Wednesday. It also reported that a trip to Burkina Faso was possible without providing a specific date. The trip comes as Moscow looks to bolster support from countries on the continent amidst Russian isolation on the world stage. More than 50 people have died in India over the past 3 days as a brutal heat spell continues to grip parts of the country. Around 33 people died in the northern state of Uttar Pradesh over the weekend due to the heat. In Orissa state, about 20 people died due to heat stroke. Many of these deaths were reported on June 1 as India voted in the last phase of polling for its general election. But this year, the temperatures have been record-breaking, with the country experiencing frequent, more intense and longer heat waves. About 24,849 heat stroke cases were reported during the period. However, state-wise figures suggest the actual number could be much higher. Meanwhile, a total of 18 people have died in floods that inundated parts of Indian state of Assam. Assam's flood situation continued to remain grim, with 3 more fatalities reported and new areas inundated, although the number of affected people decreased marginally. Rivers remained in spate while affected people took shelter in relief camps in different areas. Away in Sri Lanka, schools were closed today as heavy rain triggered floods and mudslides in many parts of the island nation, leaving at least 10 people dead and 6 others missing. Heavy downpours have wreaked havoc in many parts of the country since Sunday, flooding homes, fields and roads and forcing authorities to cut electricity as a precaution. Now some weather updates. Met Office in its weather forecast till 6 p.m. tomorrow said light to moderate rain or thunder showers accompanied by temporary gusty wind is likely to occur at most places over Rangpur, Mymensingh and Silla divisions and at a few places over Rajshahi, Dhaka, Khulna, Borishal and Chattogram divisions. Besides, moderately heavy to heavy falls likely to occur at places over Rangpur, Mymensingh and Silla divisions. Night and day temperature may fall slightly over Rangpur, Mymensingh and Silla divisions and it may remain nearly unchanged elsewhere over the country, the Met Office said. Now news on sports. Bangladesh emerged as the champions of the Bangabandhu Cup International Kabaddi Tournament for the fourth consecutive time, beating Nepal by 45-31 points in the final match today. The hosts took the lead 24-10 points in the first half of the match held at the Shohid Sohrawardi Indoor Stadium, Mirpur. Bangladesh captain Arduzzaman Munshi was adjudged man of the match. Mizanur Rahman from the same team was adjudged the best raider. Roman Hossain of Bangladesh was the best catcher. On the other hand, Ghanshyam Rokha Magar of Nepal was adjudged the best player of the tournament. Education Minister Mohibul Hasan Chaudhry Naufal distributed the prizes among the champion and runners-up team. State Minister for Cultural Affairs Nahid Izahar Khan, President of Bangladesh Kabaddi Federation and Inspector General of Bangladesh Police Chaudhry Abdullah Al Mamun, DMP Commissioner and General Secretary of Kabaddi Federation Habibur Rahman were also present on the occasion. A total of 12 teams took part in the competition. And before we end the bulletins, the headlines once again. Government offices to run from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. to 5 p.m. after upcoming Eid al-Azha. President Mohammad Shahabuddin asks Controller and Auditor General to ensure proper spending of public money. BNP Secretary General's statement over fanatic organization Anti-Liberation Force Jamaat is illogical and contradictory, says Obadul Qadir. World leaders including UN Secretary General praise Bangladeshi peacekeepers. Douche Well's negative report on them is meaningless and against Bangladesh, says Dr. Hassan Mahmood. Government fixes prices of raw hide of cows at Dhaka 55 to 60 per square feet in Dhaka and Dhaka 50 to 55 outside Dhaka. 10 Palestinians, including women and children, killed in Israeli attacks in Gaza. Jabalia and Beit Hanun declared as disaster areas. And Bangladesh clinched Bangabandhu Cup International Kabaddi title for the fourth time in a row, beating Nepal by 45-31 points. That's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for staying with us.